104.9 Coyote Country. Good morning. I'm Robert Miguel. You know, we are celebrating once again National School Choice Week, kind of highlighting, kind of focusing on some of the educational options that the beautiful city and county of Uvalde has to offer. So with me right now, let me see if I get this right, Jana Fry from Uvalde Classical Academy. Good morning.
Hello.
Give it up for yourself.
Hi.
Come on, it's exciting. I know it's early, but thank you for being here.
Yes, nice to be here.
So now what exactly is your job title? What do you do at Uvalde Classical?
I am a current board member at Uvalde Classical Academy.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
So what kind of demanding position is that for you guys? You make the decisions, you have meetings, and
Yeah, we do have meetings. We oversee the financial part, the ongoings of the school, keep the mission straight. We empower our headmaster our head of school to do what she does every day.
I like those words, headmaster, head of school.
Yeah.
Sounds like Hogwarts. I love it, good stuff. Well, basically, you guys are a panel that focus on accountability for the school and make sure everything's going right. So, Well, very cool. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to talk to us about Uvalde Classical Academy. That's over on Getty Street. What's the exact address again?
It is...
Here it is, 400 North Getty Street, and the website's uvaldeclassical.org. How long has Uvalde Classical been in town?
We've been around, I'm going to say around 10 years.
Wow.
So we started in a homeschool environment and with 5-7 children, and every year we doubled. It went from 7, 14, 25, 50, and then there was a time period we were around the 60, 70 period for a few years, and then this last year we're at 102.
Wow, 102 enrolled at Uvalde Classical Academy right now, and been going around for 10 years, you said. Yeah. How long has your involvement been with the campus?
Since then.
Since the beginning, right?
Yeah. My daughter's been one of the first students, Shandaniah. She's been one of the first students in that homeschool that started when the vision started. And, we incorporated a little bit later, but, got official names and all of that. But the vision of the Classical Academy started
Now, that's very interesting. Earlier in the week, we kicked off this series of interviews with a gentleman from the Texas Homeschool Coalition, and he was talking all about the benefits of homeschooling and the differences between that and the public school district. So obviously, this private school, was basically birthed out of the vision of homeschooling. So where would you say you guys have come from? I mean, obviously, starting probably in a home to now 102 in a nice building with a reputable name. Right. What's that transition been like for you guys?
So we've had some rough years, working out the curriculum, adding athletics, have a great art teacher, music teachers. We've just been blessed with excellent all parts of education that you can't just do a one-person schoolhouse anymore.
Mm-hmm, right.
And it takes a whole team. It takes a whole tribe to do this. And we get the best of the best when we get the people in there to teach these kids.
Well, it sounds like you've absolutely come a long, long way. That's great. Now tell us, as far as the curriculum goes, what sets Uvalde Classical Academy aside from maybe public schools or other private schools in the area?
What sets us apart is we incorporate Christ in every aspect of our subjects and life. From the time you walk in the door to the time you leave, you have, it's in art, it's in music, it's in math. I mean, numbers, God's in numbers. And so we pull Christ and God into all of our things. It is teaching the kids how to learn and take that information and think for themselves and see Christ in that. And move forward in life and go forward.
Now let me ask you about the term classical. Now there's the term classical education. What's that distinction mean exactly?
A lot of this is formed from the Latin. We also teach Latin, so this is is from the older school.
3 years of Latin in high school, absolutely useless. No, I'm kidding.
So, but our kids have seen it. They can recognize their Spanish words, or they can go to France and I can kind of derive some of that.
Sure, right.
You can actually pull it out of your chemistry, and I've seen some computer programs in it, so it's applicable to some things today. But from the old class, it's how things are taught. So there's a trivium. There's 3 different areas in which kids are taught. You have your grammar stage, which kids just learn and soak in that information, just repeating and getting all your facts facts in there. Do they know how to use them yet? Not yet.
Okay.
But they have a whole lot. It's a whole lot of information for little kids, but they do it and they get it. And that next stage, the logic stage, they start asking why. Why does your teenager ask why? Well, they're trying to figure that out. They're trying to take that information and go, why is it happening?
The critical
why?
thinking, yeah.
Yeah, and so we use that to help them go, well, you pick a side, and there's a lot of, and that's why you get in debate class, and we pick a side, and we take that information, and then they can try to debate it. And they get up into the rhetoric stage, now you can do a speech about it. Now you can speak, you can think your own thoughts, you can form what you're saying, and you can say it with confidence, and you can get up on stage when you're a little kid, you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. But over those years, you've done so many speeches and written in certain ways that formed just this beautiful thing at the end, that forms an incredible thing for life. And then you're just launched into whatever you want to do. And yeah.
Sounds awesome. Now, again, remind me of the ages that the kids are.
So we accept pre-K through 12th grade.
Okay.
And so
that's a whole run of it. That's
so
good.
We get everybody in. So, those first, the pre-K, and one of my daughters is in kindergarten as well. They're just learning some of those basics and how to form a line and how to play with others and, some of those basics. And as you part of a group, you do really well.
I heard also whenever the gentleman that was talking about school choice, he said that one of the great things about school choice and homeschooling in particular was that you're not forcing the students just to hang out with kids their own age. Generally in public school, fourth graders hang out with fourth graders, eighth graders hang out with eighth graders. It sounds to me like with a campus of 102 people, you probably have, some middle school age kids hanging out with some high schoolers and some young kids probably passing in the hallway.
Oh,
with,
all the time. The fourth grade the other day went and did their speeches for second grade. Sometimes in their projects, last year we built a Trojan horse. They acted out the story, and they went to all the different classrooms and jumped out of their horse. And so the school is involved everybody. The bigs help the littles, and they see that, and it's like a big family. Being able to see anybody in the grocery store or out to eat, and you're like, it's a family. It's not just another student in class.
That's got to help with development. I'm telling you what, that one thing I've taken away from this week of talking to a lot of you instructors and people involved with schools is that, when a young person can kind of interact with an older kid, that just opens up their world. It really helps as they get older, not be intimidated by speaking to an adult, or like you were talking about, speaking in crowds. Because again, a lot of kids, they will go all their life until they're 18, graduating high school, having only dealt socially with kids their own age. Right. So then when they get in the kind of great melting pot of what society is today, they don't know how to deal with a senior citizen or a young kid or a parent figure or somebody else outside of their small little box. So that's one thing that I'm learning, I think, is a really great benefit to the private school thing. So let's talk about enrollment and all that stuff. Give us the parents information about how they can get their kids in school.
Well, you can contact the school. What we do is we like to do a visit, because we like the family to be a fit for the school, for the student to be a fit for the school, and for us to be a fit for the family. It is very parent involved. Very family involved, and so it's not just your student going to school, it's the family being involved with us as well. So call the school, we can get that signed up, do a walkthrough, and then we have an application process and an interview process to just talk and say, what are your visions for your student? Is this who you want? Because we have who do you want your student to be at the end of this? If this is what you want your student to be, this could be the place for you. And if you're looking for something different, it's okay. But we have high expectations for our kids, and they do really well.
Well, again, we've been talking to Jana Fry here from Uvalde Classical Academy. Now, the address is 400 North Getty Street. The website is uvaldeclassical.org, and you can get more information about everything going on with their curriculum, enrollment process, and whatnot. So, Jana, thanks again for talking to us again today. It is, again, National School Choice Week. Is there any other information you want to get out there before we wrap this up?
No, just say God bless and come by and see us if if you feel it's on your heart.
All right. Well, thanks again for the information. Again, that's 400 North Getty Street. The website is uvaldeclassical.org. Thanks again. It's 104.9 Coyote Country.